So now to do something that I was meaning to do since the last battle. Yeah. Bye, Blissey. I will never use you again. Mwahahaha. Never again, people of YouTube.com. Never again will I use a Blissey. It's gone. Officially. So today's question of the day is, what is your favorite website? I use a lot of websites constantly. NFL.com because I like the NFL. YouTube.com for all of you fantastic people. I'm in a few forums, Smogan, Maryland. I'm in a football forum, footballsfuture.com. I'm also in a few programming forums. But I think my favorite website has to be YouTube.com for all of you fine people. But anyway, leave a comment about your favorite website. It can be any kind of website. It doesn't have to be Pokemon related. Just leave a comment about that, and here's the battle. So here's a Pokemon battle with Tabb, who I found wandering around the Cerebi chat room. So he wanted a battle, and I gave him one. So here is a Metagross, and he leads with Jolteon, and he fears the Earthquake, so I guess he goes into Dusknoir. And I think the Will-O-Wisp is pretty obvious. That's the only reason I would really think he'd send out a Dusknoir against Metagross. So I decided to go into Shaman, because Shaman has Natural Cure, so it can eat the burn pretty well. But he actually misses the burn, which is kind of nice, actually. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm just going to go for a Seed Flare to see how much it does to this Dusknoir. I know Dusknoirs are usually like the EV more towards physical defense, so I'm thinking Seed Flare might do quite a lot. So yeah, I go for the Seed Flare. It does a little more than half to it, but then he just Pain Split. So I sort of seen that coming, but whatever. So I decided to set up a Leech Seed on it because I don't know, I really don't have anything else to do, just in case he Pain Splits again. But he goes for the Fire Punch, and that nearly kills Shaman, but not quite. So, yeah, I have Rest, so I'm just going to do that and switch, because, you know, Natural Cure will cure me of the Sleep Condition, which is pretty awesome on Shaman. So he's just going to Fire Punch Shaman, and, yeah, he does about a third after the Leech Seed recovery. So I decided to switch out Shaman now, save it for later, and I'm kind of predicting another Fire Punch, so I decided to go into Jolteon, and he actually switches out into Togekiss. But I know he has Jolteon, like another Jolteon, so I don't want to just go for a Thunderbolt, because I don't want to give him Volt Absorb, and this is my Specs Jolteon, because then I'd be locked into that, and it would just be a big mess. So I decided to go into Metagross. And he actually goes into a Magnezone. So, he shows off this Magnezone, which is pretty useful to know. So I'm just going to go for an Earthquake, but he predicts the Earthquake and goes into Togekiss. So, yeah, he goes for the T-Wave, and I just set up Stealth Rocks because, you know, I really had nothing better to do with this turn. I was pretty sure he's going to T-Wave me, but now I can just explode. But he gets the flinch here, so I'm unable to explode this turn. And I explode this turn as he goes into Gyarados, but I get the Parahax, so that's pretty gay. So I'm going to keep trying to explode, so I decided, you know what, I'll explode now. I mean, I'm kind of fearing the switch into Dusknoir, but I don't think he's going to do it for some reason. So, yeah, I got Parahax a second time, and it gave him a free Dragon Dance, so I'm like, WTF. I swear, because I know I can live an Earthquake, or at least I'm pretty sure. But if I don't get this, and if I get another T-Wave, I'd be or another Parahax, I'd be so pissed. But I actually did get the explosion off on the Gyarados, which was a big help, because I took down a 1DD Gyarados, which probably could have wrecked me, to be honest. So now Tabb goes into Weavile, and I go into Jolteon, and I decided to just go for the Signal Beam, since it's super effective, but he goes into Magnezone, and, yeah, this is a perfect opportunity for him to set up, so, that's pretty much what he's going to do. I decided to go into Zapdos because I have the Heat Wave on the Zapdos, but he goes for the sub. So I really gave him that sub there, and now he's going to be able to T-Wave Zapdos as I Heat Wave, and he's just going to wait for the Parahacks, and Heat Wave misses to get a sub for him so he can whack Zapdos with Thunderbolt, his Thunderbolt. He gets pretty lucky with Parahacks against Zapdos. I actually hit that one, as you can see, but I think the next one I get paralyzed, so I'm not able to do anything. Yeah, I get Parahaxed here, and that gives him a sub. And he's going to T-Bolt now as I have to break the sub with Heat Wave. And that brings me down to about half as I Heat Wave. So, yeah, I broke the sub. Magnezone gets Leftovers Recovery, which actually brings it high just enough so it can go for another sub, and I get Parahaxed. So, yeah. So he's going to whack me with Thunderbolt now as I continue to Heat Wave, and thankfully I don't get Parahaxed here, and I'm able to take down the sub, and now he's low enough so he can't set up another one. So he's just going to finish off Zapdos with Thunderbolt. I really didn't want to over-predict or anything, and, you know, even if I went into Jolteon, I'd really have nothing to do after that. So I just let Zapdos die here, and then I'm going to go into Shaman, who has the hidden power Fire, and I don't know if he knows that, so hopefully he doesn't, and I can take down the Magnezone. And actually, taking down Magnezone was a key play for me, because I really wanted to do it, because Magnezone is like a perfect counter to Scizor, who I have in this team. So I know once I take down this Magnezone, I should be able to go pretty berserk with Scizor. So he actually predicts, I guess, something, and goes into Dusknoir, and Dusknoir takes the Hidden Power Fire. But after taking Hidden Power Fire, I'm pretty sure it can't take a Seed Flare, so I decided just to go for that. And I go for the Seed Flare, and it ends up taking down the Dusknoir, which is never bad. So he's thinking, and he's thinking, and he's thinking, and he goes into Togekiss. And, yeah, Togekiss is somewhat of a special wall, so even Hidden Power Fire shouldn't do a whole lot to it. So I decided to just go into Jolteon. If he goes for the T-Wave or the Air Slash, it doesn't really matter to Jolteon. It does go for the T-Wave, and I predict that he's going to predict that he's going to predict a Thunderbolt, so I decided to go for the Signal Beam, predicting the switch into Jolteon, which, pretty much that huge mouthful means I are pro player, yo. So anyway, yeah, does quite a bit of damage, about half to Jolteon, and he goes in a Weavile, I think is Death Fodder. So, yeah, it takes down Weavile, and I guess he doesn't realize this is Specs Jolteon, because he could have really just went into, Togekiss here, but he just doesn't realize his Specs Jolteon. So, I'm able to take down his Weavile, now his Magnezone, and he's going to let me take down his Jolteon as well. So, that turns out to be pretty good for me, pretty bad for him. Yeah, not much to say. So now he obviously goes into Togekiss, but is his last guy now, so there's not a whole lot he can do. I decided to go into Scizor now, just because Togekiss' physical defense isn't as good as his special defense. I'll figure I'll hit it down with a Choice Band Bullet Punch. If it doesn't kill it, I'll finish it off with Jolteon, or actually I finish it off with my last guy, Feraligatr, just to show him off because Feraligator's cool. But I go for the Bullet Punch, doesn't quite KO. He's able to take down Scizor with Air Slash, and I go into Feraligatr to Ice Punch for the win. So, yeah, great game, Tabb. He mentioned he wasn't having a great day, and he was a little tired, so I guess you can take that in consideration. But rate, comment, subscribe, guys, and I will see you next vid. So, bye.